Good evening, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to tonight's edition of Payoff Pitch 1985, as we continue our way through the second month of the 1985 regular season. Today's date is May 12th, and it is the Atlanta Braves taking on the MTL Expos here at Stade Olympique. The Braves come into this game 9 wins and 19 losses, and pretty much with the rating of D, with the quick results rating of D they have, I'm not surprised that they have that record. The Expos, however, are overachieving a little bit. They are 18-10 for a B-graded team. As you take a look here real fast at the quick results chart for 85, you see Atlanta, D-rated team. They're underachieving a little bit, I feel, as a D, but the Expos definitely overachieving as they lead the National League East early in this season. Philip Reynolds joins me here at Stade Olympique, says go Expos. He is first, which means it is your job to take care of the food. Should be an exciting matchup tonight. We've got Craig McMurtry going up against David Palmer, and this is our first look at the Atlanta Braves. We've already seen the Expos already, but the Braves now get their turn to take a look at. As a member, through the first two go-throughs of this season schedule, every team gets seen at least twice. Some might be 3 or 4 times. But as we move on into the regular season, as we get closer to the playoff push, I will start eliminating last place teams and maybe 7th and 6th place teams. So we'll be dealing with the teams that are only fighting for playoffs as we get further into the season. Still early. Anything can happen. Philip Reynolds says no food allowed by order of the governor. I am the governor, so food is allowed. Starting pitcher for the MTL Expos will be David Palmer. He was 7-10 with a 3.71 ERA in 85. He gets the call today. Top of the first inning, let's play a little baseball, shall we? Leading off for the Atlanta Braves, right fielder Claudell Washington. Palmer is a right-hander, and Washington batted .290 against rights in 85. Let's play some baseball. Starting off, Palmer has nothing special going on. Palmer, that is a tough 65. That will be a ground out to short. Nice play made by Hubie Brooks, 1 man down. I'd like to get a new game for Christmas. Any ideas? Oh, I don't know. What depends on what you want to play. Here is the second baseman, Ken Oberkfell. He is at second for this game. Oberkfell batted .283 with 3 homers against rights. Palmer with the pitch. And that is a patient 56. That will be a single for Oberkfell. He will trot down to first. And that will bring up center fielder Dale Murphy. Dale Murphy. I always felt Dale Murphy was going to be a Hall of Famer. I always felt he was going to be that. But he trailed off late in the years for Atlanta. Just never really got over that Hall of Fame hump. I'll definitely put Dale Murphy into the Hall of the Very Good. That I will do. He definitely belongs in the Hall of the Very Good. Oberkfell on first. There's a 3. We're not going to see anything strat, so Palmer will pitch. Pioneering new history maker golf for the season. There you go. That's not a bad idea. Salvador America joins me here at Stade Olympique. Have you tried replay baseball? That's something there. In play, 63. That is a ground ball to third. Murphy's double play rating is a 7. Palmer's a 7. That's an 11. The only play is to first, though Oberkfell is going to make it to second as Murphy is thrown out at first base for out number 2. And that will bring up third baseman Bob Horner. He is at third for this game. Horner batted .252, 17 homers against rights. History maker golf, you got all the baseball games you want. I'll tell you what, I'll give you my ideas as soon as the inning is over. Oberkfell on its second. Palmer will pitch to Horner. That is a patient 30, and that is a wild pitch. So Oberkfell will go to third on a wild one by Palmer. Now the at-bat, that is a patient 30, and that is going to be a walk. So Horner trots down to first after the wild pitch. Palmer issued 4.5 walks per 9 in 85. So the Braves got something going on. And that will bring up left fielder Terry Harper, batted .288 with 9 homers against rights in 85. Runners at first and third. David Palmer already in a little bit of a jam here for the Expos. Pitch coming. That is a tough 0-5, and that will be a strikeout. And he gets Harper. And the inning is over. So no runs for Atlanta. 1 walk and a hit. We go to the bottom of the first, still no score. Payoff pitch, Appa, Strat, inside pitch. Let's see. I mean, what do you want to play? Do you want to play football? Do you want to play basketball? Do you want to play hockey? Stratomatic football, I still recommend. Believe it or not, I actually do recommend Stratomatic football. I never really had an issue with Strat football. I really never did. History Maker second season, I tell you, that takes a long. Oh, I mean, let me ask you a question. Do you like college football? Do you like college football, Philip? Because I love college football. I've been on the fence about getting a college football game. I've not pulled the trigger on it to take it for a spin. Do you like college football at all? It's okay. All right. I would recommend a college football game called Whoa Nelly. It looks like it's pretty interesting. You know about it. Okay. I've been looking at that, and I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on getting like 10 teams and 10 teams. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I don't know. Whoa Nelly. I really don't like second season football for History Maker. Simple reasons, because it just takes too darn long to play. Like History Maker Golf. I have to cut History Maker Golf in half when I do a tournament for the week. Starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves tonight is Craig McMurtry. He was 0-3 with a 6.60 ERA. He gets the call. The Expos originally won this game 4-0. Leading off for the Expos will be left fielder Tim Raines, Hall of Famer. Batted .340 with 5 homers against rights. Pitch on the way. That is a patient 0-3, and he walks Raines. Raines will trot down to first. Leadoff walk by Raines. Here's second baseman Vance Law. That's .275, 6 home runs, and 9 on the dice. Raines will not steal. So soccer or hockey blast? Try hockey blast. I'm hearing a lot of things about hockey blast. I don't like soccer. Here's the pitch to Law. McMurtry, that is a tough 0-8 strikeout. He gets Law. 1 man out. And we will see right fielder Terry Francona, batted .251 with 2 homers against rights. Raines on at first, a 6 on the dice, and he cannot steal because of that minus number, so it actually brings his number down to a 5. So Raines will not steal. 1 out. McMurtry will pitch. And we got a tough 73 ground ball to short. Francona's double play rating is a 4, and that's a 7 on the dice. The throw will go to second to get Raines. Francona safe at first for out number 2 on the fielder's choice. And now first baseman Dan Dreesen, batted .235 against rights in 85. McMurtry with the pitch. Tough, 99. That's a fly ball to right field easily. And that retires a side. A walk is all the Expos get. At the end of 1, we've got no score. Top of the second. Soccer is the only sport where the guy goes down, withers around like his leg's about to be amputated, then jumps up and runs around like nothing happened ever he gets the call. Wasn't he a Red? Yeah. Dan Dreesen, of course he was a Red. He was an Expo in 85. Top of the second, here is Gerald Perry. He's playing first base for the Braves today. David Palmer will pitch. And that's a tough 72 and a fly out to center. Catch is made by Winningham, out number 1. Shortstop, Rafael Ramirez. Palmer's pitch to Ramirez. That is a patient 65. That's a fly out to right, as fly ball to right field. And that will be put away by Francona for out number 2. And now the catcher, Bruce Benedict, batted .207 against rights. Palmer, tough, 49. And it's a ground ball to third. That'll be taken care of by Wallach, who throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Palmer. We go to the bottom of the second. Still no score here in Olympic Stadium. Guess old Reds all went to Expos, a la Perez, a la Rose. Soccer definitely sucks. I'll tell you let me tell you something. When I saw, what was his name? Zidane, go ahead. I think it was during the World Cup. I think it was 2011, 2008 or 2005. When I saw Zidane headbutt the French player Zidane, and he headbutted the Argentinian guy and sent him down to the ground, I said, oh, now I like soccer. I didn't know you can do that in soccer. That's why now, So, no, soccer, I'm sorry. Soccer just doesn't get it for me. Seeing 11 people kick a ball around for 90 minutes, and if a goal is scored, it makes national headlines. No. And then you kick, and then if it's a tie game, you play for 30 minutes, and then if it's still tied, then you have penalty kicks. Why don't you just forget about the kicking around for an hour and 20 for 2 hours? Just have the penalty kicks. Soccer doesn't make any sense to me. Never really got into it. Bottom of the second, McMurtry will be pitching, and leading off for the Expos is the shortstop, Hubie Brooks. And that is a patient 18, and that will be a walk. Brooks will trot down to first. Another leadoff walk given up by McMurtry, and the third baseman, Tim Wallach, will take a swing. And the last time we saw Tim Wallach, of course, was when he was on the Dodgers in 1994. And of course, now I'm watching Chad Wallach, his kid, play for the Miami Marlins. Yeah, you know you're old when you're playing a baseball game with the father of a kid, of a baseball player you're watching now. You know you're old when that happens. Here is Wallach. Brooks is on at first. Pitch from McMurtry. Patient 27. That is going to be a double for Tim Wallach. Double for Wallach. It's going to be a deep drive to center field. At one hops the wall. The runners will score. And just like that, the Expos get up on top 1-0. RBI double. Stadium cheers. Yay! Wallach on at second. The batter now is center fielder Herm Winningham, 23 years old at this time. Batted .241 against the rights. After further review with Steve Tower has joined me here at Stade Olympique. An honor that you are here, sir. Great honor. Thank you for joining me. For those of you who don't know about that man's channel, it better be in your top 5. That man does it all. An honor to have Mr. Steve Tower with me. Yes, we're doing a little mid-'80s baseball action. A little payoff pitch. McMurtry will pitch to Winningham. And that is a patient 0-3, and that is another walk. So runners at first and second. Second walk in the inning. And that brings up the catcher, Sal Butera. Butera batted .164 with one homer against rights in '85. People don't realize Sal Butera actually has a pitching card. On June 26th, he actually pitched an inning. Who knows? I might do that game. We'll see. First game attended was Stade de Olympique, as yes, he says. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. McMurtry will have to do a good pitch. A patience not good because that's an 0-2, and that is another walk. Craig McMurtry walks the bases loaded, and fans here in Montreal are getting excited. But that does bring up the pitcher, David Palmer. He doesn't have his own hitting card in 85, but he will use hitting card number 12, according to Joe Bryant. He can hit the ball. With bases loaded, there will normally would try a squeeze play, but I think they're just going to hit away. So Palmer will take a swing with a hitting card number 12. He could definitely get the ball out in the infield, possibly. So pitcher versus pitcher. Braves are going to call the infield back, try for double play. McMurtry, that is a 6, tough, 87, and that is a strikeout. So after walking the bases loaded, he does strike out Palmer for out number 1. Here's the Rock. Tim Raines walked his last time up. Infield is still back for double play early in the game, but 1-0 Expos. First game was the Big A in Anaheim. Mine was at Shea Stadium in back in the day of Tom Seaver. Back in 1972 when I was a young kid. Bases loaded. Can McMurtry get out of this jam? Infield is normal. That is a patient. That's a patient 43, and he will walk in Raines. Actually, he'll walk in Wallach, as Wallach will come in, and put a quarter in the merry-go-round as they will go there. So he walks in Raines. Craig McMurtry averaged 5.4 walks per 9, and that is already his 5th walk. They'll go talk to McMurtry on the mound for a moment. But it is now 2-0 Spos. And the batter now is Vance Law. Law struck out his last time up. Infield still looking for double play. McMurtry not looking good. Remember, the Expos actually won this game 4-0 on May 12th, 85. McMurtry's pitch. That's a tough 96. That's a fly ball to left field. And that'll be taken care of by Harper. And since it is a tough fly ball, Winningham will not score. He has to hold. And that is out number 2 as the ball was not hit deep enough. And now a chance for Francona. Francona grounded into a fielder's choice last time up. McMurtry, tough again, tough 24. And he will get out of it pretty much as he pops it out to second base. The Expos go ahead and send 8 men to the plate. They get 2 runs on only 1 hit and 4 walks. At the end of 2, the Spos are up 2-0. Timeout for reset. Top of the 3rd inning, Craig McMurtry due to bat. He also does not have his own card, so he'll use hitting card number 12. And now we'll see if the Braves can get something going on. Palmer's pitch, tough 58. That, of course, is a strikeout. Second strikeout for Palmer. He averaged about 7.1 per 9. Here is Claudel Washington. 0 for 1. Palmer, tough. 0-1, strike him out. He strikes out Washington, and Washington will head back to the bench, and now we'll have Oberkfell. He singled his last time up. No problem, Salvador America. I'm still playing here. Palmer with the pitch. And another tough 29. That is a pop out to second. In the infield, a 1-2-3 inning for Palmer. And it stays 2-0 in favor of the Spos. Bottom of the third, leading off for Montreal will be Dreesen. He is 0 for 1, flew out his last time up. McMurtry throws the ball, and that is a patient 62. And that's a fly ball to left field. That'll get taken care of by Harper, out number 1. Next up is Hubie Brooks, ex-Met. Batted .251 against Wrights in 85. McMurtry, patient 76. Ground ball to second base. That'll be taken care of by Oberkfell for out number 2. And now Tim Wallach. Wallach hit an RBI double his last time up. McMurtry, patient 45. That's a base hit. Wallach gets his second hit of the game. He will head down to first. Steal ratings of 3+, 11 on the dice. Nothing happening there. And now Winningham gets a crack at the ball with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. McMurtry, patient again, 0-4, and that's going to be another walk. So McMurtry is just does not have any control. So far, that is walk number 6 in this game. Don't know how long the Braves will go with him out there as he keeps on walking batters. His fatigue inning is a 6, so he only lasts usually to the 6th inning. Sal Butera will come up to bat, and he walked his last time up also. 2 outs. McMurtry trying to get the job done. And that's a tough 0-6. He will get it done there. That is a strikeout. That is his 3rd strikeout. He averaged 5.6 per 9. 3rd strikeout of the game, and that is also the 3rd out. So no runs and a hit for the Spos. It stays 2-0 in favor of Montreal. Like to remind you guys, inside pitch tomorrow morning before the college football games begin. We go back to our inside pitch seasons. We go to 1980. It'll be July 14th, 1980. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Houston Astros. J.R. Richards' final game before his illness. So J.R. Richards' final game tomorrow for inside pitch. As we've just completed our 1977 one and gone. And tomorrow night's game for payoff pitch will be the Texas Rangers taking on the Detroit Tigers as we get our first look at Texas tomorrow. So that will be tomorrow night's game for payoff pitch. As we got a few inside pitch games with seasons for 81, 82, 84, and then we'll do a season game for 85. And then I will start the 1985 one and gone tournament for inside pitch. So lots of great stuff coming up here on my channel, RJL 518. Top of the 4th inning, David Palmer comes back out for the Expos. Here is Dale Murphy. And I said before, I still think Murphy belongs in the Hall of the Very Good. Hall of Fame, I don't know. A lot of people just don't know about Murphy, but for the 80s, Dale Murphy was Atlanta's best player. Palmer with the pitch. That's a ballpark 30, and he's a righty. That's going to be in Murphy's wheelhouse. That's not where you want to put it because that ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep on a wheelhouse 19. It is gone. Home run, Dale Murphy. David Palmer pitches Murphy a grapefruit, and Murphy turns it into fruit salad. And it's now 2-1. Dale Murphy gets that home run. off a wheelhouse at Stade Olympique. Cuts the lead in half. Batter now is Bob Horner. Horner walked his last time up. Back-to-back MVP, belongs in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, with that there, Steve, I'm not going to argue it. That's why like I said, I don't know. If anybody wants to put him in the Hall of Fame, I'm not going to argue. I'm definitely saying he's in the Hall of the Very Good. That's for sure. And Sports Time Machine says, yep, you agree with that. Here's Bob Horner. Palmer's pitch. Tough. 69. That's a ground out to second base. Taken care of by Law, out number 1. Next up is Terry Harper. Palmer, patient 45. That's going to be a single. Harper hits that down into center field. Harper will go to first. Tying run aboard for the Braves. 4D steal rating, 5 on the dice, will not steal. It will bring up Gerald Perry. Got a 2-1 game here right now. Palmer with the pitch. Tough, 0-8. Struck him out. Perry will go down on strikes for out number 2. Palmer comes back with a big strikeout. And now Rafael Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 1. Harper's still on at first. Palmer's pitch. And that's another tough 88. That's a ground out to short. That'll be taken care of by Brooks. And he will throw to second to get Harper, and that will end the inning. 1-1 for the Braves on a couple of hits. A big jack by Dale Murphy. It's 2-1 going in the bottom of the 4th. Much better player than another player in that time period who debuted in 80 initials, HB. 6-3 FC for those of you scoring at home. Yes. Well, actually, no, it was a 6-4. He threw to second to get the out. 6-4, really. Bottom of the 4th inning, here's McMurtry. They're going to keep him out there for a while longer. Here is the pitcher, David Palmer. Uses hitting card number 12. Whoops. Here is the pitch. Patient 25. He doesn't walk Palmer, but Palmer gets a double. Palmer smacks that one into center field over the head of Murphy. And the pitcher gets a big hit. And you know things aren't going your way when you can't get pitches over the plate, and you allow a double to the pitcher. Palmer gets one. He goes to second base. Leadoff runner on for the Expos. Here's Raines. Raines has walked twice. Pitch from McMurtry. That is a tough 0-5 steer right out. He gets Raines. One man down here is Vance Law. Law is 0 for 2. Palmer on at second after a leadoff double. McMurtry will pitch. Patient 92. That's a ground ball to short. The throw will go to first base. Palmer with a run rating of 6. He will not go to third. So he stays at second for out number 2. And here is Terry Francona, future manager. Francona is 0 for 2. He will pitch. McMurtry, tough, 44. That's a pop out to first. That'll be put away easily by Perry, and the inning is over. A leadoff double by the pitcher, and the Expos can't do anything with it. So they get a hit, but that's all they get. At the end of 4, still 2-1 Spos. It's a crime that Raines waited that long to get, in my opinion. Yes, Tim Raines should have been put in a lot earlier than he was. Top of the 5th inning, Bruce Benedict leads off for the Bravos. Palmer with the pitch. Tough 71, fly ball center field. That'll get taken care of by Winningham. Out number 1. That's supposed to bring up the pitcher, Craig McMurtry. His fatigue inning is the next one. Do I want to pinch it for him now, or do I want to go ahead and let him bat? Let's see. He's only allowed 2 runs, but he's walking base runners like he's got no control. His fatigue inning is the next inning anyway, so it really wouldn't matter much. I'm going to go ahead. Let me look at Atlanta's bullpen real quick. This team was not great in 1985. Let me check out the bullpen. Bullpen ain't too bad. Let's see. McMurtry's going to come out. They will pinch hit for McMurtry. He has done. He just can't stop getting. He's gotten out. He's lucky he's only given up 2 runs as it is. Pinch hitter coming in against Palmer. And let's see. We usually go by the most at bats against a right-hander, and that will be Glenn Hubbard. He will come up to bat. Glenn Hubbard will pinch hit against Palmer. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Palmer, that is a tough 54. Ground ball to 3rd. Wallach will throw to 1st. Out number 2. Top of the order now for the Braves. There's Claudell Washington. Washington is 0 for 2. Palmer's pitch, tough, 90. Ground ball to 2nd. Law will throw to 1st easily. And that is the inning. 1, 2, 3, go the Braves. Halfway through this game, 2-1, Montreal. Dan Dreesen's going to lead off for the Expos. Let's see who the Braves want to bring in to pitch. Got a lefty and 2 righties coming up, so I think we'll bring in a right-hander. And I think it'll be this guy. Coming on to pitch now for the Braves will be Rick Camp. 4 wins, 6 losses, 3.95 ERA. He had 66 appearances. Rick Camp usually was the first man the Braves usually went to on a pitching change. Dan Dreesen will bat. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Expos. Camp's pitch. That is a tough 19. Dreesen fights it off. That's going to be a single for Dreesen. He goes to 1st. Leadoff hit, and the batter is Hubie Brooks. Nothing on the strat die. Normal pitch. Camp. That's a patient 13, and now he walks Brooks. And now runners at 1st and 2nd, no one out. And once again, the Expos are in business. And here is Tim Wallach. Wallach is 2 for 2, double and a single. Trust me, guys, there was a reason why this Braves team, was 66 and 96 in 1985. This team was not good. Rick Camp will pitch to Wallach. Nobody out. Let's see what the Expos can get. Camp's pitch. That is an in-play 78. That's a fly ball to center field. And that's going to get caught by Murphy. That is out number 1. Dreesen's run rating is a 6. He will not attempt to go to 3rd, so that's out number 1. Here is Herm Winningham. Winningham has walked twice. Got to put against the back. See you later. Thank you for joining me there, Steve Tower. Awesome to have you here, sir. This is the infamous Camp home run, or is that 84? I don't know. I do know Rick Camp uses batting card number 9, and if that's true, there is no home run on that batting card. Because the 9s on the odd number hitting cards for the July 4th, 1985. Maybe it was, I don't know, but he didn't. But it would be almost impossible if he uses hitting card number 9. Let me see. If he was to use hitting card number 9, there's no chance of him getting a home run. Impossible. Even in a wheelhouse. So that's what he says Rick Camp uses. So if he did get a home run, he probably should have made a hitting card number 10. I don't know. But there's no chance of him getting a home run with that hitting card. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Pitch to Winningham. Ballpark 93. That will be in play. In play 27 is a single for Herm Winningham. Base hit. It's a ball blooped to the right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Runner on second scores. Brooks goes to second. Winningham to first. 3-1 Expos. Stadium cheers. Yay! Next up will be Sal Butera. And that'll get taken care of by my mom, I would think. Yep. So runners at first and second now, and now a 3-1 Expos lead. Butera the batter. Camp with the pitch. Patient 41, and he walks Butera. And the bases are loaded once again. And now the batter is the pitcher, David Palmer. So now what do you do? Palmer definitely can hit. He already has a double today. Runners at first and second. His fatigue inning is the next inning also. Oh, do I pinch hit for Palmer? Do I let him hit? Crazy extra inning Mets Braves game with the rain delays and John Sterling called the camp at home. Oh, okay. Oh, do I let Palmer hit or do I pinch hit for him? Bases loaded, 1 out. He's pitching well. What do we do here? His fatigue inning is the next inning, but he's not tired. He won't be tired yet. Only after giving up a run. What do we do here? Jeez, what do we do? Do I let him hit? Rick Camp only has 2 toughs. I'm going to let him hit. Palmer's going to go there and hit away. He will not sacrifice. Although his bunt rating is a B. Timeout. Let me take a look at something on the rules. Try a squeeze. How do we do a squeeze? I don't think I've ever done a squeeze in payoff pitch. Or is a squeeze bunt and payoff pitch the same thing as a regular bunt? Which I have a little bit of issue with that because a squeeze bunt is different. Timeout. Let me look at this for a second. The batter does not have any numbers listed under the word sacrifice. Will never auto attempt to sacrifice bunt. Well, okay. A squeeze bunt is done when a runner is on third base. In the squeeze play, roll all 4 dice and reference the sacrifice bunt chart. If the percentile dice result is within the SH range of the chart, the runner may be safe. Next, compare the 2d6 roll to the runner's run rating. Okay. If the result is equal to or less than the run rating, the runner is safe. Otherwise, he is out. In either event, the batter is safe on first and runners advance 1 base. Hubie Brooks has got a run rating of 6, so it would have to be a successful sacrifice bunt, and Hubie Brooks would have to have a run rating of 6. Nah, he'll hit away. But now I know how to do it. I've never done it. I don't think I've ever done a squeeze bunt in payoff pitch before. 1 out. David Palmer will bat. Pitch from Camp. 5. It's a tough, it's an 0-2, and it's a strikeout. So it's a good thing he didn't really try it. 2 down now. And now here's Tim Raines. Bases loaded for Raines. Fans here at Olympic Stadium want to see a good hit. Camp's pitch. Tough. 48. And that's a ground ball right back to Camp. Camp's got it. He'll throw to first and get the out. Wow. 1 run for Montreal on 2 hits and a couple of walks, but that's all they get. At the end of 5, Expos lead 3-1 as again they strand base runners. Can the Braves take advantage of that? Top of the 6th. Here is Ken Oberkfell for Atlanta. The Expos come into this game 18-10, and they are leading the National League East. Atlanta is 9-19, and they are at the bottom of the National League West. Early on here in my 85 season, here's the pitch from Palmer. That is a patient 48, and he'll walk Oberkfell. Oberkfell trots down to first, and now Dale Murphy, who hit the home run earlier. Oberkfell not stealing. Palmer looking in. Got to be careful to see what he wants to do with Dale Murphy. Palmer with the pitch. That's tough. 89. That's a ground ball to short. Murphy's double play rating's a 7. I can already, with an 8 on the dice, the throw is going to go to second to get Oberkfell. He is out. Murphy's safe at first on a fielder's choice. Here's Bob Horner. He'll come up to bat next. Joe Bryan has told me he's going to do some rules updates. He's still working on it. There's going to be some rules changes, I think, to some of this game. One thing is on lineouts on a defense check. So there's going to be some things going on. So stay tuned for some rules changes. Don't know when, but he is working on them. Dale Murphy on it first. Horner at the plate. 1 out. Palmer's pitch. Tough. 53. That's a ground ball to first. Horner's double play rating is an 8. Palmer's a 7. That is a 7. That ball is hit perfectly. Right to first, to shortstop. Back to first for 2. Double play. Side retired. Horner grounds into the 3-6-3. Nothing for the Braves. And it's still 3-1 Expos. Bottom of the 6th. Vance Law leads off from Montreal. Braves will probably go to the bullpen after him. Law is 0 for 3. Camp's pitch. Patient 64, and he walked him. He walks Law. He'll trot down to first. As Braves pitchers just not keeping it going. As they've got no control. Terry Francona coming up. Camp is leaving, and the Braves will go to the bullpen. Might bring in a lefty here. And coming on to pitch for the Braves will be Zane Smith. 9-10, 3.80 ERA. Zane Smith will go up against Francona now. No steal attempt. Francona will bat. Pitch from Smith. Patient 41. And that is a pop out to shortstop. And that's out number 1. Next up will be Dan Dreesen. Smith. And that's a tough 32. That will be a pop out to second. Out number 2. Lots of pop outs in 1985. The way he's got this, the way he's got these out charts, he gets a pop outs a lot of pop outs. But I guess it's what it was in 1985. 2 men out. Here is Hubie Brooks with 2 outs. Brooks is 0 for 1, but he's walked twice. Smith with the pitch. Tough 75. Ground ball to second base. That'll get taken care of by Obertfeld. And he will throw to short. He'll throw to first to get the out, and the inning is over. Leadoff walk does nothing. And at the end of 6, it's still 3-1 in favor of the Canadians. Once again, like to remind you, we have the Atlanta Braves and the Houston Astros inside pitch game tomorrow, July 14, 1980. J.R. Richards' last game before his illness. And then tomorrow night, we got Texas at Detroit, payoff pitch 85. As now an inside pitch will now do some seasons until we get up to our next one and gone tournament, and that will be 1985. We'll do the 85 season and inside pitch, one and gone style. That will start probably late next week. Here is Terry Harper leading off for the Braves. Palmer still pitching. See how long he can go. Tough 26 struck him out. And that is strikeout number 5 for Palmer. Out number 1. Here's Gerald Perry. Perry 0 for 2. Palmer throws ballpark 28. He's a lefty. That's going to be in play. In play, 93, fly ball right field. Francona makes the catch. Out number 2. And here's Rafael Ramirez. Palmer checks and deals. Tough 82, fly ball center field. And that will be taken care of by Winningham. And the side is retired. Nothing across for Atlanta. And it stays 3-1. We are in the 7th inning stretch. I will be right back. Senior, take me out to the ball game. We go to the bottom half of the 7th. Tim Wallach comes in from Montreal. I think that might be it for Smith. Or no, actually, he's due to bat second. So, no, they'll let him pitch. So, Zane Smith will stay out there due to bat second in the 8th inning. So, 3-1, Wallach will bat. Stay tuned for the 10-minute ticker at the conclusion of the game. Pitch from Wallach. And that is a patient 63. That's a fly ball to right, out number 1. He goes down, and now here is Herm Winningham. Smith pitches. Patient 93. That's a fly ball to right. Again. And it looks like Claudel Washington getting a lot of business. 2 down there. And now Sal Butera. Smith with the pitch. And a tough. Oh, that is a rare play. So we bring out the rare play chart. And let's see what happens. Rare play chart, blue die first. 1-1. Batter hits a rocket to, let's see. Batter hits a rocket to right field. If fielder has A, B, or C range, credit batter with a single and runners advance 1 base. Well, that ball is hit to right field. The right fielder is Washington. His range is a D. Otherwise, ball rolls to the wall for a triple. If batter has a run rating of 7, it's an inside the park home run. Butera's run rating is a 4. So he will hold at third with a triple. Triple for Butera. And he probably got it with a run rating of 4. You know when he got to third, he was going, That brings up the pitcher, David Palmer. He will come out. They will be done with him, as he's done a great job. But now you're going into the later innings. Time to get to the bullpen. Let's see. Zane Smith is on the mound. Let's see who they want to bring in the bat against Smith. And coming on to pinch hit will be Andre Dawson. Had 167 at-bats against left-handed pitching, so he automatically gets the call. Zane Smith will pitch to him. 2 outs, runner on third. Here is Andre Dawson, the Hawk, in a pinch hit role. Pitch from Smith. Patient 57, and that will be a ground ball to third. Horner will throw to first and end the inning. A nice triple for Montreal for Butera, but that's all they get. They get nothing after that. At the end of 7, still 3-1 Expos. Top of the 8th coming up. The Braves have Bruce Benedict, a pinch hitter, and Claudel Washington come up. So let's see who the Expos want to bring out of the bullpen. They're going to bring in Tim Burke. Tim Burke will come out to pitch for the Expos. 9-4, 2.39 ERA. He had 8 saves. He could probably finish the game out. Short reliever can pitch inning 8 and 9. Here's Benedict leading off for the Braves, top of the 8th. Still a close game. Anything can happen yet. Pitch from Burke. Tough. 85. That's a ground out to short. Out number 1. We'll see a batter for Zane Smith as he is done. Let's see who they want to bring on against Burke. And it is going to be Rick Cerrone. He will come out and bat. Had 191 at bats against Wrights. So he is the next batter to do. So here is Rick Cerrone against Burke. 1 out. It's not the 9th inning, so I go by at bats, not by stat. Burke will pitch. And it's a defense check. No, I'm sorry, it's ballpark. Ballpark 56. That's going to be in play. In play for Cerrone, 36. That's going to be a base hit. Pinch hit single for Cerrone. Tying run comes to the plate. In the form of Claudel Washington. Cerrone not stealing with 1 out. Can the Braves get something going here? Burke with the pitch. Tough, 40. And that's a ground ball back to Burke. Washington's double play rating is a 9. Burke is a 7. That's an 8. Burke turns around, throws to second against Cerrone. But Washington will be safe at first. So it is a fielder's choice for 2 outs. And now Ken Oberkfell. Oberkfell is 1 for 2 in this game. Salvador says, look what the cat dragged in. Yeah, baby, yeah. Burke will pitch to Oberkfell. 2 outs here, top of the 8th. Burke's pitch. That is a tough 48. And that will be a ground ball right back to Burke. And he will throw to first and get the out and end the inning. No runs for the Braves. They do get a hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 3-1 Expos. Leading off for Montreal will be Tim Raines. Braves need a pitcher. Bottom of the 8th inning. And they're going to bring out Gene Garber. Here's Gene Garber, 6-6, 3.61 ERA for Atlanta. He'll pitch to Raines in the bottom of the 8th. Garber's mission, very simple. Keep it a 3-1 game. Garber's pitch, tough, 40. That is a pop out to second, out number 1. Next up is Vance Law. Garber with the pitch. That's an in-play 43 single for Vance Law. He will trot down to first. That's Law's first hit of the game. Big insurance run on first. And here is Terry Francona. Francona is 0 for 4. But they will let him hit. That's 251 against rights. That's good enough for me. Vance, I took it on the Law, and the Law won. Exactly. Garber's pitch to Law. That's a wheelhouse 73. It's a single for Francona. Base hit. Sharp liner drops in front of left fielder. Runner on first advances 1 base. He will have to hold at second. Francona gets a big hit. And now a chance for Dan Dreesen. Dreesen is 1 for 4 in this game. Still 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Garber made a bad pitch, but Francona at least got some of it. Garber's pitch to Dreesen. That's an in-play 67. That's a fly ball to left field. Harper makes the catch. Out number 2. And now Hubie Brooks. Brooks is 0 for 2. He's walked twice and grounded out twice. Pitch from Garber. Tough. 94. Fly ball left field. And Harper will make that catch as well. And the inning is over. No runs for the Expos. They do get a couple of hits. Gene Garber did what he's supposed to do. 3-1. We go to the top of the 9th. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Dan Salad Dreesen. Dale Murphy is the leadoff batter for the Braves. Burke has to deal with the heart of the Braves order. He will stay out there as he can pitch the ninth. 3-1 Expos here at Olympic Stadium. Murphy 1 for 3 with a homer. Burke with the pitch. Tough 57. That's a ground ball hit to first. That'll be taken care of by Dreesen. He'll take it himself. Out number 1. The batter now is Bob Horner. Horner is 0 for 2. And Burke will pitch. Tough 85. That's a ground ball to short. Brooks will throw to first. Out number 2. Could we actually have a 3-up and 3-down inning? Here is Terry Harper. Last chance for the Braves. 2 outs. Top of the ninth. I usually don't have many 3-up and 3-down nights. We'll see. Burke will pitch to Harper. Fans here at Olympic Stadium on their feet. Expos looking for their 19th win. Pitch from Burke. It is a tough 34. No, it's a single by Terry Harper. Base hit. What? Were you expecting a 1-2-3 ninth inning? Base hit for Harper. The inning continues. The batter now is Gerald Perry, and I think we'll see a pinch hitter. Perry is at first. Do I have anybody at first? Yes, I do. So Gerald Perry's going to come out. And coming on to bat will be Chris Chambliss. He'll also take over at first base if this goes any further. Not as good a first baseman, but a little better hitter. So Chris Chambliss comes on to pinch hit against Burke. 2 outs. Tying run at the plate. Harper on it first. Chambliss now has a chance. Not with an RJL 518 game. Harper on it first. Here's the pitch from Burke. It's a patient 93. Fly ball to right field. Terry Francona gets under it. Pumps once, pumps twice, puts out his glove. Blah, and the ball falls into it. That will do it. The Expos take tonight's game 3-1 over the Braves. No runs and a hit. Give you guys the final line score, then the 10-minute ticker. For the Montreal Expos, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. For the Atlanta Braves, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. Palmer does get the win. McMurtry gets the loss. And Tim Burke will pick up the save. Stay tuned. 10-minute ticker coming up. Ten-minute ticker time. Let's see how we'll go. It is time to see how the rest of Payoff Pitch Network did. We'll start with May 12th. We already know that Montreal won this game 3-1. So here we go. 10-minute ticker time, May 12th. Minnesota at Baltimore. That's a 10. It's a win for the Orioles. Win that game 8-1. Oakland at Boston. That's a 10. That's a win for the Red Sox, 7-2. Detroit at Chicago White Sox. That's a 3. Detroit comes away with the win, 7-6. New York Yankees at Kansas City. That's a 5. Yankees come away with the win, 5-1. California at Milwaukee. That is a 9. The Brewers win that game, 9-2. Cleveland at Texas. That's a 3. The Rangers come away with that win. They win that game by a score of 4-3. Seattle at Toronto. That's a 10. Winner for the Blue Jays, 7-5. Houston at Cincinnati. That's a 6. It's a win for the Astros, 7-3. I know Steeler fan will be happy about that. Pittsburgh at Los Angeles. A 10. A win for the Dodgers, 8-5. The Dodgers continue to really own the National League West right in front of Houston. Philadelphia at my New York Mets. That's a 6. And another win for the Phillies, 5-2. Your dice, the dice dislike my Bo Sox. Hey, they dislike my Mets too, because that loss just put the Mets under 500. Chicago Cubs at San Diego. That is a 7. That's a win for the Padres, 8-0. St. Louis at San Francisco. That's a win for the Cardinals, 8-2. My Mets are rated an A. They're an A team, and right now they are 13-14 after that loss. We go to May 13th. Kansas City at Baltimore. That's a 9. That's a win for the Orioles, 5-4. Cleveland at Chicago White Sox. That's a 10. Win for the White Sox, 7-1. Texas at Detroit. That's tomorrow's game. Get our first look at the Rangers. That's a 7. Tigers win that game, 9-8. Minnesota at New York Yankees. That's a 6. That's a win for the Twins, 2-0. They beat the Yankees. New York Mets at Atlanta. That's an 8. And I lose to the Braves, 1-0. You want to talk about bad dice rolls? I'm now 2 games under 500 with that loss. Philadelphia at Cincinnati. So don't say the dice hate your Red Sox. They hate my Mets. I'm an A grade and I'm under 500. Philadelphia, that's a 5. That's a win for the Phillies, 8-5. I know it's early, but still. And the last game up, Montreal at Houston. That's an 8. It's a win for the Astros, 7-3. And that does it for today's 10-minute ticker. If your team won today, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow we got Texas at Detroit and Payoff Pitch. And we'll have Inside Pitch Seasons continue. 7/14/1980, Atlanta Braves taking on the Houston Astros. J.R. Richards' last game. Join me for that game tomorrow. That will do it for tonight. Salvador America, Sports Time Machine, After Further Review with Steve Tower, Philip Reynolds. Thank you all for joining me tonight. It was a pleasure as well. And I hope you guys will see me tomorrow for more baseball action. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. We'll see you tomorrow. Expos beat the Braves 3-1. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. Take care, everyone.